Andrew here, bringing you another video review. And today we're going to be doing my comic load for this week and last week. I'm going to double it up with this video review. These past few weeks have been a little crazy. I was unable to do my review last week because, well, of a lot of things. Mainly my family has been hit with a bit of a bug. My eldest son got the bug, like throwing up bug. Threw up on me at a restaurant in Chili's. Not like we went to Chili's, the fucking country. I'm talking about Chili's, the restaurant. But we were at Chili's. He threw up on me then. Then my youngest son, my infant, got sick. Not as bad. Then my wife got sick. And then my infant got sick again, so we took him to the doctors. And then I got sick. So it was just one thing after another. Plus, we decided to go to Salem. My wife's birthday present was to get a new tattoo, so she got a tattoo on her wrist. So it's just been incredibly busy. And I'm not going to lie, I was behind on my comics anyway, so I didn't feel proper to give you a comic review without actually, reading the comics. So what I decided to do was to basically put out one big review for the past 2 weeks, because I could have skipped over the previous week, like last week's, but there was a lot of good stuff that came out last week, so I figured, why do that? Why not do both of them? I don't think you guys would really care. In addition to that, I'm going to be posting up some reviews of some of the shows that came out for Flash, episode 1 for the new season, and the new Titans show, and talk about those. So I'm going to be posting those up. For the sake of time, this video is going to be posted up on Patreon and on YouTube at the same time, but my Titans and my Flash thoughts are going to be posted up today, which is Sunday, on Patreon, and then will be posted again on YouTube on Monday. So hopefully that all works out. So I'm going to try to keep up to date with those comic book show reviews as much as possible. It's something I definitely want to get into because, well, I love the comic book shows. Speaking of Patreon, as always, thank you to all my patrons out there. Sammy Coppola of the Bat Brand, Paul, the Comic Geek, Connor from OKayFabe, and Michael Bennett. I really do appreciate everything that you guys go through and supporting my channel. I know I haven't been able to put up that much content because of this past week, but I do have some stuff down in the pipeline. So with that said, let's just get right into it. And we're going to start where we always start, with just a little bit of Batman in our life, with Batman issue number 56. So these past 2 weeks have been doing the foil covers. As you can see there, you got the Batman foil cover done by Tony Daniels, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then, of course, I got the variant cover right here. Basically, this is Batman hunting down the KG Beast, and this issue is more or less a issue for the KG Beast. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a character from the 80s, which was basically a relic of the Cold War, hunting down Batman. Now, Batman was shocked because KG Beast would go to any length to get his victory, so far that he would actually cut off his own hand to escape Batman. The comic ended with Batman locking KG Beast up. Everyone thought he actually killed him, but he didn't. He called the cops afterwards. And it was also significant because going into trade, it was one of the only trades where Jason Todd was actually collected in. But that's a different conversation for a different time. KG Beast then disappeared for a bit, died, came back to life. In the New 52, he wasn't really used much except for with Hawkman and the others. And now he's making a triumphant return back to Batman. He was also in All-Star Batman 2, so if you read that run. And he's a dangerous foe. I would say he's more ruthless than the likes of Deadshot, but I would still put Deadshot, David Kane, and Deathstroke higher on the tier of assassins. But KG Beast is not someone to be trifled with. He's all business. And yeah, Batman's going after him because he shot Dick Grayson in the head. This issue was overall good for KG Beast, but it's a lot of Batman just hunting him down, and that gets boring kind of quickly. So that was my main problem with this issue. Servable issue, a good issue, but kind of just whatever at the end of the point. I would have liked to see more of an interaction between KG Beast and Batman. Maybe instead of KG Beast, the Beast, I'm just going to call him the Beast. Maybe instead of the Beast sitting down and talking to his father and getting a history and a backstory and all that, he can be fighting against Batman, and you learn about how cruel and unstoppable this character is. The next issue looks like it's going to be good, but this issue was just okay. Detective Comics issue 990. So this is continuing James Robinson's arc with Two-Face and Firefly, mostly now with Two-Face. And it's basically that. Batman's trying to go after Two-Face, but he finds out that Cobra's involved, and Two-Face is kind of helping out Batman, kind of helping out the GCPD, but not really, so it's kind of up in the air. Overall, fun stuff. The art is good, and it's nice to see a good Two-Face story. The dialogue's a little weird. Batman acts a little weird in it, too, but other than that, solid run. Good read. And I'm going to plow through these reviews, so I hope you don't mind if I kind of just streamline them. Nightwing, issue 50. This is the first issue that picks up after Nightwing gets shot in the head. Now, I'm going to be upfront and honest. I was starkly against this whole gimmick of Nightwing losing his memory and starting over and getting a new persona and all that jazz. But this actually does a really good job at selling the concept to me. This issue was quite fantastic. Does a lot of nod to references. You see a lot of his old Nightwing costumes in this too, as well as his New 52 and Rebirth costumes. So nice homages to how Rebirth is bringing everything into the fold, not just pre-crisis, post-crisis, but also the New 52 also. This issue was quite awesome, a great jumping on point. If you know nothing about Nightwing, it might be a little iffy, but it's still a good jumping on point. And I enjoyed it. I hope it's temporary, right? I want Dick to get his memories back, because brooding Dick with his shaved head and his, hoodie is cool, but it's not Dick to me. It reminds me a lot of this guy coming up, which is Red Hood, the Outlaw. I guess it's just Red Hood, the Outlaw now. Issue number 27. So this issue was also fantastic, and this is going to be part of a two-part discussion about Heroes in Crisis, because this deals with the fallout, deals with Roy Harper's death. Green Arrow also deals with that, but I'll go into that a little bit more, and I'll go into more Roy Harper dying a bit more in Green Arrow. This does a very good job at painting Roy and Jason's relationship. But what's really good is that Bruce is the one that tells Jason what happened. He goes to him in person, and they kind of rectify things. Kind of. I like the fact that Jason is on the outs and kind of the Punisher of the DCU right now, for lack of a better term. But he didn't break... Well, he did. He broke Bruce's rule. He tried to kill someone, but he didn't actually kill that person. They're still in critical condition, so Bruce is like... kind of... whatever about it. He says he can never return back to Gotham, right? Not even to Arkham Asylum. Jason is banned from Gotham. And then at the end of it, Jason says, Bruce, I'm sorry I make you hate me. And Bruce says, what the hell are you talking about? Jason, you may be a bonehead, you might need an ass whooping sometimes, but I never hate you. Not once. Not even the worst times. I love you. And they hug, and it's nice. And maybe that's a bit of a spoiler, but this is a good Jason Bruce story. So, Red Hood and the Outlaws, I recommend picking up. Catwoman. Now, this of the Bat books I think actually grabbed me the most because it does something beautiful and astonishing. This issue brings back Catwoman's sister, and not just that, but it retroactively brings back the Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook run on Catwoman. Now, Catwoman, the DC Universe, since New 52 has been kind of up in the air. New 52, she had basically her whole past wiped away, and she just fucks Batman on the side. Rebirth brings back pretty much everything up until before 1 year later, before she gets pregnant. Because Catwoman does have a daughter, pre-New 52. But what is most important is it brings back two things, right? Rebirth brings back Catwoman's relationship with Batman. Great stories like Batman Hush, Heart of Hush, Five of Kind, House of Hush, stuff like that. It brings back that relationship. But more importantly, it brings back the Ed Brubaker and Darwin Cook run, which is phenomenal. And it gives the best interpretation, scariest and most uncomfortable interpretation of Black Mask. Which I'm not going to spoil anything, but he does stuff that are unforgivable, and it paints him in such a different light. And it shows up in this, right? So they make a lot of references, and it's great because, if you put the story aside, it's just kind of a recap story, but it does a very good job at retelling and bringing that back into continuity, which is what I love. So definitely pick this up. Moving on, Suicide Squad, issue number 47. If you like Captain Boomerang, this is the story for you. If you don't like Captain Boomerang and you want the actual Suicide Squad, this is not the story for you. It's really just Secret Agent Captain Boomerang. Moving on, Deathstroke the Terminator, issue number 36. And again, I'm going to speed through this stuff. Fun issue, Deathstroke is in Arkham. He doesn't know if he's going insane or not, hearing the voices in his head. In addition to that, he has some great interactions with all the inmates in Arkham. Titans, issue number 27. You think this would deal with Roy's death, but it doesn't. This actually deals a lot with Dick's memory loss. Some pretty decent dialogue, some pretty good stuff going on here. Really doesn't progress the plot so much. It more or less addresses the fact that the main character, or one of the major characters from the series, is not going to be in it for a while. Captain America, issue number 4, or Legacy, issue number 704, whatever. So basically, this issue is continuing the hunt to get Sharon Carter back. And it's really cool because Captain America kind of delves in a bit more about who he is and what he stands for, and the fact that some people put the costume on for show, but he actually puts the costume on because he believes in it. Nice fight with Taskmaster, although it would have been nice to have some dialogue with Taskmaster and Captain America. But on the whole, it was a decent issue. I'm not thoroughly impressed by this Captain America series as I want to be, but it's not bad either. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, issue number 9. So I still have a lot of issues to read. I have issues 1 through 8 in my pile over there, but and I've read, I think, up till issue 5. But I'm skipping ahead, and I'm just going to get back up to date. Basically, the Avengers are going down and dealing with Namor, who is a bit more of a villain in this, kind of to his classical writings, than he is a hero. He also looks oddly like New 52 Lobo. Just pointing that out. It's cool to see Namor kind of beat everyone around and kind of show him how strong he is, especially in the water. I kind of like the fact that Namor is a villain. Not for nothing, and maybe this is a bit selfish, but I'm okay with only having one aquatic superhero, and that's Aquaman. If Namor is kind of an anti-hero villain, I'm kind of cool with that too. But yeah, it's basically what you would expect. The Atlantis must rise against the surface world and protect our own, and the Avengers are like, yo dude, calm the fuck down. Decent issue. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed Namor quite a bit in it too. So, Supergirl issue number 23, which has probably one of the best covers of these covers that are going around. I might actually make this the tag of my video. But basically, I've been thoroughly enjoying Supergirl since this came back, and I'm glad they kept the numbering. But Supergirl is still trying to find answers to what happened to Krypton and who actually destroyed it. And in doing so, it puts her at head with the Green Lanterns, but she's Supergirl, so she figures out a way. Really great lore building. I love the art, and I love the dialogue and the thought process for Kara. I think this is probably one of the most stable Karas that we've had in a while. It's an excellent blend between New 52, Supergirl, I want to say the Batman Superman version of Supergirl, you know, the one we got through the mid-2000s, and also Supergirl from the TV show. So it's nice to have that kind of that balance. You know, you feel as though there's some Melissa Benoit here, Benoit, I don't know how she pronounced it. But you also get a lot of those two other comic book adaptations. Really enjoying Supergirl right now. I think it's an unsung hero. Another unsung hero is Superman, issue number 4. So Bendis' run on Superman was confusing at first, but it's starting to really pick up. And I think what he does here is, in his 4 issues he's done with Superman, in the 6 issues he's done with Man of Steel, and then I think 3 issues of Action Comics, is he's established a really good foundation of what the character is, of who he is and what he stands for. Yes, he's going up against Rogol, Zar, whatever his name again, and it seems repetitive, but I actually enjoyed this fight more than I enjoyed any of the other ones with Rogol. And I love the whole Justice League getting involved to deal with the Phantom Zone stuff. It feels as though this could be getting repetitive, but it's not. I thoroughly enjoy this. This is pretty good. Green Arrow, issue number 45. So this deals heavily with Roy Harper's death, and Roy Harper's an interesting character. See, with me, growing up, I grew up a lot with the Bronze Age, Silver Age stuff. I was born in the 80s, so a lot of it was the Bronze Age, but I went back and read a lot of Silver Age, and of course, as an adult, I've read like everything. Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Modern Era, and all that stuff. And the Titans that were my Titans were the new Teen Titans in the original Titans. So, the George Perez, Marv Wolfman run with Dick, Donna, Wally, Vic, Gar, Rachel, Corey, all those characters, as well as the original team, which had Speedy on it, who was Roy Harper. Now, I will admit something. While those characters are near and dear to my heart, and I love Donna Troy, I love Dick Grayson, I love Wally West, Roy Harper never stuck to me until the New 52. I don't know why. I mean, he had some compelling stories, especially with his daughter and Cheshire and all that stuff, but he never really stuck with me. I can't tell you why. However, New 52 changed that for me. He made the character a lot more interesting, and I honestly, I think he was better off just being in the position of a young adult recovering addict. And how he was a recovering addict was interesting, and who was his sponsor, which was Killer Croc, was interesting. And his relationship with Jason and Corey was interesting, as well as with the rest of the Titans. So to have him die is not predictable. It is predictable, right? It is predictable. I thought he was going to be one of the people that died. But it's sad. And this issue does a very good job of painting that. It deals with a lot of continuity. It deals with a lot of Green Arrow addressing things with the other superheroes. He goes up there and punches Superman in the face, full well knowing that it's not going to do anything, but he's taking his frustration out. Very emotional, very well done issue. I can't say anything more than that. If there's any issue, you're going to get a Green Arrow. Especially if you like the hero in Crisis. Let's just say you're reading just Heroes in Crisis. Pick up this issue because it deals with the fallout. You know what doesn't deal with the fallout? Another issue coming up, and I'll deal with that in a bit. But Roy's dead, and I think he's going to be dead for a long time. So, very emotional, very well done. You know what else was a amazing issue, which was Hawkman issue number 5. Again, I said I'm a child of the Silver Age and the Bronze Age and the modern continuity. I love every bit of DC Comics, right? Even the campy shit. Although I prefer the stuff going on right now and everything from the 90s onward, or 80s onward, you know what? There is a special place in my heart for that Silver Age stuff. Especially the Justice League of America, done by Gardner Fox, and of course, Hawkman. This Hawkman series has been one of the best Hawkman series in a while, because it's doing an excellent job at mapping out Hawkman's history and making it make sense. Better than Jeff Johns did. And I'm sorry, I know that's controversial. I love Jeff Johns. I think he's one of the greatest writers in our modern age. But holy shit, this Hawkman series is arguably the best Hawkman series I've read ever. It's only 5 issues in. And what really does well for this is it gives me that nice Silver Age feel without making it campy, because you have Hawkman and the Atom working together again. Oh my god, face, neck, and chest. It was all nostalgia. But the art is beautiful in this, the storytelling is great in this, and the dialogue is great in this. Pick it up. Green Lanterns. So it's basically the Green Lanterns versus Hank Henshaw. This is no longer a book about Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz. This is just the Green Lanterns. Look, they're not even the forefront anymore. It's all Hal, which I'm cool with, because as you guys know, I'm a major Hal Jordan fan. I love all the Green Lanterns, but Hal's my top pick. So I'm cool with that. And this has turned into basically Hal versus Cyborg Superman again. Fun ride, good rumpus. Looking forward to the next issue. Yeah, it's good. Flash issue number 56. So, can I say something? I don't think Wally's dead. And because they did not deal with it at all in Flash. There's rumors that he's joined the Suicide Squad and he might be actually the person that murdered people in Sanctuary, but I don't think he's actually dead. It would have been addressed in Flash like Roy Harper was addressed in 2 other comics. But Flash is still good. It's dealing with the Sage Force. It's dealing with Heat Wave. And I'm still enjoying everything that's going on with Flash. I just would like a little bit more with Iris West. They dropped a couple of bombs with her knowing about their past. They're not really dealing with it. But Flash was a good issue. Moving on, I'm going to do a double shot for these. We have Wonder Woman, the Justice League Dark, Witching Hour, issue number 1. This is a one-shot. And then the second part to this story arc, Witching Hour Part 2, and Wonder Woman issue 56. Basically, Wonder Woman, in the previous Justice League arc, the 3rd issue, we find out she has a mark that shot off the Upside Down Man. And it is the witching mark from the goddess of magic, who was a god that predated all other gods. Wonder Woman and the Justice League Dark are trying to figure out the best way to handle things, while at the same time invoking the help of one of Wonder Woman's greatest adversaries, Cersei. This has been a really enjoyable series, especially if you're a fan of Wonder Woman, but I think it's been doing a really good service to the Justice League Dark. It's not just Wonder Woman, it's about the Dark too. And the JLD is always one of my favorite concepts that have come out in the past 6 or 7 years since the New 52. And I think this is a really good and strong incarnation. Having Wonder Woman in there also helps. But I love the concept of the witching mark. I love the concept of dealing with this unstoppable force, the darkness that the Upside Down Man is from, them trying to harness this witching mark without letting it consume her. And I love the fact Cersei comes back. Cersei comes back in this, and I love Cersei, one of the greatest Wonder Woman antagonists. But yeah, I think this is a great story because not only is it Wonder Woman, it focuses a lot on Justice League Dark. So if you're a big Justice League Dark fan, pick it up. If you're a big Wonder Woman fan, pick it up. You can't go wrong either which way. And finally, ending things off is Justice League issue number 9. So this issue is a great relaxation issue, for lack of a better term. We really get to see a day in the life of the Justice League, how they're coping with the fallout of the totalitarian story arc, but also this deals with them kind of where they live in the Justice League's watchtower and how they interact with each other and all that jazz. Fun little issue, and I appreciate it because we really needed to just relax with the Justice League and just have a good time with them. I just liked the banter between Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I thought was good, and it was a well-needed issue. With that said, I'm going to pick 2 picks of the week. My 2 picks of the week go to Hawkman and Green Arrow. Great issue dealing with Silver Age stuff and great fucking adventure and rip-roaring fun, and I love this Hawkman series. I love it, I love it, I love it. And this dealt a very good job at dealing with the fallout of Heroes in Crisis. So, Green Arrow, phenomenal. But those are my picks of the week. Later on tonight, I'm going to do my review for both Flash and for Titans. And I'm going to post this up on Patreon first, and then they're going to pop out on Monday for the rest of you guys. I'm actually going to be heading back to Salem. It's this is Halloween season, so we're going back to Salem, and we're going to have a good time, meet up with some friends there, some people I met over on YouTube, one of actually the Patreons, and have a good time, right? But thank you very much for understanding about the delay with work and with being sick, and listen, after I'm done being sick, I want to spend time with my family, so got to focus on that first. But thank you very much. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.